Not Usher coming out to point fingers at Diddy and expose him for allegedly doing some illegal things to him back in the day. As y'all probably know, Usher was forced to live with Diddy as a child, and there have been speculations that Usher could allegedly be one of Diddy's victims. Well, not only is Usher allegedly confirming that Diddy allegedly did things to him, but he is also revealing that Diddy's ex, Kim Porter, went over and beyond to not only protect him from Diddy, but also help him escape Diddy's clutches. The stories Usher is telling have never been heard before, so y'all want to be sad for this. But Usher is singing like a canary, and he is determined to take Diddy down once and for all. Diddy is on a downward spiral, y'all, because his dark secrets are starting to come to light, and they are not pretty. There have been speculations for years that Diddy is a bad guy and that he has hurt so many people in the past, and allegedly is still doing the same thing. But some things are unraveling pretty quickly in front of our eyes, and Diddy is now officially under investigation by the feds for allegedly being involved in. This brought up old topics of how he has been accused of allegedly SAing multiple people, especially young boys, for many years. And get this, the feds have been keeping an eye on Diddy for years, and not only because of the case, specifically, the FBI has been looking for him for at least 11 years for allegedly SAing multiple young boys. According to a court filing that was filed in 2013, during a debriefing session with federal investigators, James Roseman, the music manager turned kingpin, was reportedly questioned about the preferences of entertainers, including whether Sean Diddy Combs was having intimate relationships with underage boys, according to a U.S. District Court filing. A prosecutor then asked about entertainers' intimate preferences, including, but not only Sean Combs having intimate relationships with underage boys. While the names of the supposed victims were not released to protect the identity of the victim, many names have been tossed into the mix, including Usher. For years, fans have expressed concern that Usher might be one of the many young boys that Diddy was accused of hurting, because Usher lived with Diddy for a while when he was starting off in the industry. Usher was signed by Diddy's friend L.A. Reid as a young child, and when Usher was 13, L.A. Reid sent him to live with Diddy so that he could learn the ropes from Diddy, who was already a force in the industry. This should have been a major red flag considering the rumors that had been going around about Diddy even back then, and the kind of lifestyle that he lived. Diddy was already infamous for throwing some major parties that were rumored to be shady at best. It was certainly not the type of environment that a 13-year-old child should have been in. I mean, the first red flag should have been the fact that Diddy's house was referred to as Puffy Flavored Camp, because what on earth is that name? And when you throw in the parties and the rumors of Diddy liking Usher a little bit too much, well, I guess y'all can see where this is going. For some reason, Usher hates talking about his experience with Diddy while he was in Puffy Flavored Camp, and it's kind of given trauma. He has only publicly spoken about it on 2 or 3 occasions, and he had nothing good to say during those times. On one occasion, he was asked to speak about Diddy and his experience living with Diddy, but the interviewer noted that he was super uncomfortable when the topic shifted to what it was like for him back in the day. The interviewer noted that Usher became surprisingly restrained. "I want to save some stuff for my book one day," he said. "I'll put it this way, there was a lot of sex." The only other time that he really spoke about it was during an interview with Howard Stern, and even though he tried not to go into much detail, the little he said sent red flags waving.
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I mean, but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place. And I didn't necessarily understand it.
To make things shadier, Usher claimed that Diddy forced him to hide the details of what was really happening away from his parents, so his parents didn't know what was going on with their son.
They didn't know nothing about this.
Oh.
I was having a good time, you know what I mean?
This was weird because if nothing weird was happening, why would Diddy force Usher to hide what was happening from his parents? Yeah, that was all kinds of shady. Usher even claimed that he would never let his own children be in that kind of situation, and that's how you know that some very bad things happened during that time.
Would you ever send your kid to Puffy camp?
Hell no.
See? Then there's the video where Diddy claimed that he and Usher used to sleep in the same bed.
It's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and pause, but like just back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the frosted flakes, you know what I'm saying?
Or the time he said this.
This ain't for nobody else but you. You take your time, boy. I see you. Doing baby. You were in the kitchen eating all my cereal.
Diddy's former bodyguard, Uncle Gene, has also kind of backed this up in an interview where he revealed that a lot of people in the industry knew that Diddy had a thing for young boys, but they just stood by and watched him have his way.
All these industry people know
that Diddy been acting like this and doing this and try to engage other men into acts with him. There was story that he was trying to get Chris Brown. There's stories about, you know, those young boys that he had, a group B5 or something like that, trying to get them. Yo, it's a lot of stories that goes around in this industry about not just him, other people.
This brings us to the present and how fans are bringing up Usher's name all over again. And it looks like Usher is finally tired of carrying the baggage for so long, because he just broke down. And not only did he talk about the things that happened to him, but he also claimed that Diddy's ex, Kim Porter, tried to save him from Diddy. Kim Porter and Diddy started dating in 1994, which interestingly is the same year that Usher was sent by L.A. Reid to live with Diddy. Usher claimed that Kim allegedly saw what Diddy did to him and she tried to put an end to it. Unfortunately, she was unable to do much because she was as much as a victim of Diddy as Usher was. We already know that Diddy used to put his hands on Kim Porter, and he once hit her so badly that he ended up breaking her nose. A news article reported that event, saying Diddy Combs' girlfriend Kim Porter was left with a broken nose after the couple argued on Combs' yacht in St. Tropez. Combs flew in a specialist plastic surgeon from Geneva after the accident. Porter has since claimed that she hurt her face after she banged her nose on the table. But one thing about Kim is that she always fought back and gave as good as she got, and she soon started fighting back at Diddy. Diddy's bodyguard Gene Deal spoke about a time when Kim fought back and Diddy ended up in the hospital.
When they were at home at Kim's house on 110th Street, he wanted to, you know, put his hands on her in the wrong way. And Kim took one of those corkscrews and ripped his wrist up and hit an artery. And when she did that, he had to rush over to St. Luke's Hospital.
So Kim fought back at Diddy, and in the process, she allegedly tried to save Usher from Diddy by protecting him and refusing to let Diddy touch him or do anything to him, allegedly. Eventually, Usher left Diddy's house, but he and Kim used to stay on good terms. Eventually, Kim decided to tell her story to the world, exposing Diddy for who he really was. Y'all know how she was writing a book about her life that would have exposed Diddy. Well, allegedly, Diddy's situation with Usher was one of the things that she was going to talk about. Inside sources claimed that she was going to tell the story of how Diddy not only allegedly SA'd Usher, but how he also gave him herpes, allegedly. This was also backed up by a blind item that went viral.
So what was in Kim's book? You want to hear it? Here it go. Now, I cannot confirm or deny what's in this book, but ain't nobody fit Natasha K. Me. So in this book, it detailed his relationships with men, footage of those encounters. It had the names of the men he slept with, a disease, allegedly Diddy giving Usher a disease.
This is just crazy, but something tells me that it's going to be crazier by the time the feds are done with Diddy and announce their findings. Fans said the surviving Sean Combs documentary is going to be out of this world. You thought R. Kelly was bad? Diddy gave Usher herpes. I can't wait. Kim Porter's first book, the one she was going to publish weeks before she passed away, was going to talk about this stuff with Diddy and Usher, but she's gone. I hope they release her book soon. And y'all really got to open your eyes and ears about the big dogs in the industry. Diddy has had the nastiest rap next to R. Kelly, and y'all now hearing about it. The man had a young male artist program he called the Flavor Camp. Usher and Justin Bieber attended. Hello? A lot of rappers in his era have accused him of SA or being his boy toys. This situation just keeps getting worse and worse, but I want to know how y'all feel about Kim Porter looking out for Usher while she was in a bad situation herself. Let me know what you think in the comments below, then check out this next video.